Evalill Ahlgren has spent many years teaching Swedish and English at Swedish secondary schools. The illustrator, Maud Söderlund, started her career as a registered nurse. This experience brought her to have doctoral degrees in educational and healthcare science, helping her work internationally. They both wanted to help the new generation understand the issues our planet is currently facing. It can be shown by triggering empathy toward animals and allow the children to have a clear vision of how they could be acting. We have the pleasure to meet Evalill Ahlgren today, who's connected with us to write about her book. Hi, Evalill. It's so good to see you and have you here.
Hi, Ginevra. It's nice talking to you.
Let's talk about the globe and the fleas, please. Was the idea for this book born at a particular moment?
Yes, it was. But initially, this story was written many years ago. It was when our grandchildren started to become aware of and interested in the climate issue. At first, I'm sorry to say that there was no happy end to the story of our globe. But in a book for children, you cannot really abandon them and leave them without hope, can you? Then finally, this past year, we felt the time was right for this story, but now with a happy end, giving hope even for those of us who will need to be forgiven by future generations. The story was inspired by a stray dog who once happened upon and on holiday in Guglamenis in Athens, Greece. During our breakfast on the balcony, we noticed this rather shadow of dog in the square. We could tell, though, that he had been a former splendid figure, but now he was shown sadness and misery, and occasionally he scratched himself frenetically. We thought it was probably due to an invasion of fleas. We felt really sorry for the old dog, and it prompted me to remember a commentary from an old film where a dog was a metaphorical figure for our planet.
And what made you think of the dog as a metaphorical subject to represent the planet?
Well, many years ago, that is in 1987, when I was watching the then newly released film Crocodile Dundee, I was intrigued by this commentary regarding our relationship to our planet, uttered by the main character. And he said, well, you see, Aborigines don't own the land. They belong to it. It's like their mother. See those rocks? Been standing there for 600 million years, still be there when you and I are gone. So arguing over who owns them is like two fleas arguing over who owns the dog they live on. This metaphor suddenly popped up in my mind, and I was watching the old shadow dog, and we started calling him Globe, and my sister was inspired to immortalize him in some sketches. And suddenly, the hero of our story was born. We know that children are compassionate and good-hearted, especially towards animals. So I thought, why not write an allegory about our planet Earth and the current problem it is facing, and thus hoping to emphasize that compassion, love, and consideration are the most important emotions when healing an abused animal, as well as an abused planet.
And how would you like the new generations to behave in order to better support the planet?
Yes, how can we include even young children, our superheroes of tomorrow, in the plans for a healthy future world? It is, of course, difficult even for us adults to fully comprehend this issue, and we know there is no quick solution to the problem. So the young ones need help finding ways not to feel powerless and without hope. Well, I think you have to make it as simple as possible, where you can reach out and make yourself understood. I'm sure allegories can make it easier to understand a complex situation. Stories with a hidden meaning also seem to trigger children and their imagination. Yes, children are young and inexperienced, but we also know that children are smart, and they will soon figure out that there is a hidden meaning in this story, which seems to tell us about a dog and its increasing problem with the irritating fleas. And they will, I'm sure they will, eventually see the deeper message. And with luck, the parents read together with their children, and hopefully questions will pop up, which can lead to interesting discussions about the state of the planet today and tomorrow. Examining different issues and ideas hopefully also leads to creative talks about what to do when you are never too small to make a difference, as Greta Thunberg says.
Thank you, Evalill, really. Last but not least, I would like to ask you, how was your publishing experience?
Oh, this is my first and only publishing experience, apart from some short stories in magazines. I must say this has been a pleasure from the first welcome on board. Although meeting and having communication with several different representatives for the publishing company, I was always accompanied by smart and competent young women. They have given detailed information, have updated me when needed, and have always been there for support and finding solutions if any problems popped up. So, to summarize, I'm really satisfied with this experience.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your review, for the opportunity of this interview. We wish you very good luck with your book.
Oh, thank you very much, Dinilda. Goodbye.
The Globe and the Fleas by Evalill Ahlgren and Maud Söderlund is now available in bookstores and digital platforms. It's a publication by Europe Books.